If there is one thing that will always remain true, is that your desires are here right now, vibrationally speaking. Your desires are vibrationally present right here, right now. Your current reality is the vibrational vortex, and this vortex is where everything that you want is. It's all where all of your hopes and desires and your dreams and everything that you've been putting as a result of you living, your life incrementally. You've been putting things in incrementally, and your vortex is really big and it's really amazing, and it's non-resistant. It's a high-flying frequency, and everything that you want is right now a vibration. It's always given to you. The second that you want it, the second that life makes you want something, boom, there it is. But it's given to you in the vibrational form. Everything that you want is given to you in the vibrational form. But the thing is, when we're talking about manifestation, we're not talking about you clearly defining what you want, because you have already done that. You can't help but do that. You can't help but define, because life helps you. Contrast helps you. Life in this time and space helps you. There's always this contrast. There always is variety all around you. And with all this variety, meaning with all this stimuli, as you may say, you have to become a better focuser. You have to know exactly what to focus on. You have to know that you're vibrational. And do you accept that you're vibrational? Of course you do, because you're understanding more and more. You're feeling more and more. You're understanding the relationship. You're understanding, more importantly, what your emotions mean. You are understanding that you are more than anything vibrational. And because you're vibrational, that means that your emotions, how you feel, are so much more important than your other five senses. And it's not that your other five senses are completely, weak. It's not that at all. It's that your emotions are just so sophisticated. It's really just that your source energy, and you were source energy before you came into this body, and you continue to be source energy. And when we're talking about manifestation, we're not really talking about, like we said, you clearly defining something, or you trying to get over there where you want to be, because you're not where you want to be. We're not even talking about goal setting. What we're really talking about is momentum. We're not talking about focus. What we're really talking about is perception. Yes, manifestation has everything to do with your perception. You see, your desires are all here right now. But the thing is, to someone who's human and who's used to a physical reality, the introduction of a vibrational reality, it feels a little nebulous. It feels almost fake. It's almost like, yeah, that seems too good to be true. That sounds like a fairy tale. But we're telling you, ask the geniuses of your planet. They will have these vibrational intentions, and you will be able to translate it when you get into the receiving one of them. They're telling you that everything, every empire, every genius, song, book, everything, it all started as a vibration first. And whoever the genius was, they were able to translate this vibration. They were in the receiving mode of that vibration, so that they could turn the vibration into the physical counterpart, into the physical, manifestation, so that everyone could see it. And it's exactly like that with you. So if you think about it, in your vortex, yes, there is a really big fortune. There are all of your books, all of your award-winning, movies and TV shows, and everything that you have wanted as a result of this life and many lives before, they're all in this vortex. And now the question is, how are you going to get into the vortex? How are you going to be a match to your vortex to manifest these vibrations into the physical reality? Well, first, you're not the one who's going to manifest it. You are not law of attraction. You are not the engine. You don't need to figure out the details. Your job is to just position yourself so that you can be in the receiving mode, so that you can be the realizer of it, the translator of it. And in order for you to be the translator of it, you have to first accept that it is here right now. It's vibrational here right now. And that the cause of your discord, your negative emotion, is because you're not lining up with your inner being. You see, when we say you're source energy, you really are source energy. You can't walk around here without understanding that you're source energy, because every negative emotion that you have points to that. Because every time you feel negative emotion, that's just proof that your source energy is feeling that much more positive emotion, because it is this relational thing. And so when you understand that everything that you want is vibrational here right now, and you just have to become the perceiver of it. And isn't that interesting? So no, it's not a crapshoot. You're not just praying for the best, because that's what our other human friends are doing. But when you really understand law of attraction, what you're really understanding is that you're more than your body, and that in you being more than your body, there's another part of you. There's another point of attraction that you have a connection to. And that part really matters. How your inner being thinks, what your inner being considers about all this, your inner being's opinion really matters, because that's exactly the basis of your emotional guidance system. So that means that if you're ever going to feel good, you have to get a handle on understanding that there's another point of view out there, and you have to do whatever you can to align. That's what alignment is about. Alignment isn't you. Alignment isn't about you aligning to your fortune. Alignment isn't even you manifesting or aligning, to your YouTube channel or to the success of the money, the dollars, the fame, the fortune. It's not about any of that. The alignment is really about you becoming who you really are. It's about you being who you really have become as a result of this life. And the thing is, you're the one who's telling Source what you want. And Source, as a result of its non-resistant ability to focus, is focusing on all of your desires, many of them at once, and is able to have avenues, is able to allow law of attraction to respond to its point of attraction, to your inner being's point of attraction. And when law of attraction responds to your inner being's point of attraction, in this now moment, then all of your desires are going off. They're all gathering together. They're all gathering cooperative components. There's a path of least resistance, 40 to 50 viable paths that are viable right now. And the thing is, where are you in this situation? Are you talking about what is? Because you like doing that. Because the thing is, when you want something, right, you're usually, what you're doing is you're justifying why you want it. You're explaining, well, I really, really want money because I really don't want to be poor. I really want to be a writer because I really don't want to do what I don't want to do. And so you're talking about what you don't want and why you don't want it. And when in reality, you should be identifying the desire that life has caused you to want. Because the faster that you can understand that you're vibrational, and the faster that you can understand, or that you can, synthesize what am I really wanting out of all this. When I'm experiencing not abundance, what am I really wanting? And then you understand that it's really about focus, so that you can put on your focusing cap, so to speak, and you can focus faster. You can get into the focusing, creative control, deliberate creator that we know that you came here to be, and that you truly are. You want to be the creator, you want to be the hands-on creator, and this is how to do it. You have to accept that there is a vibrational version of what you want right now. So all of your desires are here right now. And the thing is, you're going to be the perceiver of it. But the thing is, you can't say because you know by the negative emotion that you feel, that when you say your desire is absent right now, it's not true. Because if it was true, then your inner being would have agreed with you, and then that thought would have felt good. But since that thought feels bad, it means that your inner being has a different opinion. And remember, your inner being, who you really are, your inner being's current reality, because your inner being is here right now with you, your inner being's current reality, while you may think your current reality is one of poverty, your inner being's point of reality, or your inner being's true current reality, is abundance. You're here living poverty, and your inner being is living abundance, because you're the one who said it. Every time you experience more poverty, you launch more rockets, and guess what? Your inner being becomes richer as a result of it. The thing is, if you want to be as rich as your inner being, if you want to get in on because here's the thing, the thing is, your desires are all vibrationally here right now, and usually, most importantly, they're at a high flying frequency. And the thing is, your desires, you have to meet your desires. You have to go to them, because if your inner being lowered its point of attraction, lowered its frequency just to sympathize with you, then you would never have negative emotion. But your inner being promised you, I'm going to stay on the high flying disc. I'm going to stay in the vortex. I'm going to stay in the high flying frequency. So you always know how to get back to me, because that's where everything that you want is. Everything that you want is in the high flying frequency, and that's what your guidance system is about. Your guidance system is always helping you, pushing you, or guiding you back, or helping you feel the path back to, along the path of least resistance, to your vortex, to who you really are, to your alignment with the larger part of you, to the funny, smart, charismatic, easy, and very intelligent, sharp, good timing being that you truly are. And so when we talk about the vibrational version of your desire, you have to feel for it. It's a feeling experience. The vortex is an emotional experience. It's not a physical experience yet, but it will become a physical experience. But we're trying to get you to understand that you have a sixth sense, your vibrational sense. Your solar plexus can translate these vibrations into emotions. So when we talk about vibration, we have to throw emotions into the mix, because that's the only way that you can understand vibrations. So you can feel the money, you can feel it, because even when you acknowledge it's vibrationally here, it's vibrationally exists. So you automatically you start to harmonize with it, because that's how your inner being thinks. You're now the positive emotion that you feel when you actually acknowledge that, yes, at the base level, at the bare minimum, this desire does exist vibrationally here right now. So it's not absent, it's here right now vibrationally. That harmony that you feel is because you're actually in that moment becoming one. You're agreeing. Your opinion is matching sources, because since you are source energy, you have to look at all this through the eyes of source. You can't hate someone. You can't criticize someone, because your inner being never does that. You have to be your inner being. You have to look out of the eyes of your source energy if you plan on being the non-physical human, not hybrid, but the full version of you, because you want to be the full version. You want to be the infinite intelligence that you truly are. You don't want to be this cut off human who is blaming everyone for their problems. You want to be the person who has responsibility over their own point of attraction, and who can actually manage their point of attraction, because they know how to make themselves feel better. They don't need conditions to change. So that's the thing about the vortex, is that right now the vortex is like it's young, it's not mature in the sense where, like, whatever you can see right now physically, these vibrations have already matured, but someone thought them into being. And it's the same thing with all of your desires. You have to perceive it, but usually you're not really good at perceiving it. Isn't that interesting? You're not really good at perceiving it, because while you're perceiving it, you start to think about what is. You start to be very sloppy in your thinking, because there's so much out there. There's so much stimuli out there, especially now in this hi-fi internet age, where everything, there's so much. Now you're not just hearing about what's going on in your immediate circle. You're you're hearing about what's going on in the entire world, none of it of which you have any power over unless you're in the vortex. So that's the thing. You need to become a better focuser. And when we say focuser, what are you going to focus on? The vibrational version. Because when we say focus on the vibrational version of your desire, we're not saying focus on this so you can get your manifestation faster, because the manifestation is coming to you faster. That's just a byproduct of you feeling happy. But the true essence of what we're saying is you becoming who you really are, meaning the happy version. Because the true success, the only success that is worth noting, is joy. And your alignment is either here or not. It's either in this moment or not. It's not a college degree that once you have, you're good. It's either here or not. So that's the thing. You need to become who you really are. Isn't that interesting? Because when we're talking about manifestation, we're talking about perception. We're talking about your ability to see this vibration and be satisfied with this vibration. Because the thing is, you have to be satisfied with the vibrational version. And we just told you why. Because when you think about it, it feels good. And the reason why it feels good is because you're being all of you in that moment. You're focusing, you're using that subject as a reason or as a way or as an excuse to focus with all of you. So all of you is focusing in that moment. So when you think about, oh, the iPhone that I've been wanting, the money that I've been wanting, it is vibrational here right now and it feels good. Don't use words, because sometimes you introduce resistance because you talk about you bring up the absence of where you are right now. So you highlight where you are right now, and so where you are is all you can think about. So be easier about it. And you're lucky. All of you are so fortunate because you have a guidance system that's so good at catching resistance. So you don't need to be worried about, oh, is this thought resistant or not. You don't need to be worried about how perfect the thought is. It just matters about how it feels. And you have a guidance system that is giving you moment to moment guidance. So you don't need to be so hyper vigilant about every single thought. You just need to care really about how you feel, because when you care about how you feel, then you're going to become a vibrational snob. You're not going to go in that direction. And it just goes without saying. But the thing is, how did you forget it? And it's really this simple. And the kids, they know this until they get taught out of it, because they get taught to do what others want them to do, because they need to be a part of society and other people are looking at them. And it goes like this: if it feels good, continue thinking about it. But if it does not feel good, if it feels like negative emotion, if it feels like dissatisfaction and despair and depression and anger, don't think about it. Go general, slow down, because when you're going down those negative momentum, those pathways, those negative emotions, nothing that you want from the vortex will ever come, because you're not in the receiving mode of the vortex. You have to be in the receiving mode of the vortex, and you're gonna get better at this. And in fact, you're gonna start to love the journey so much more, because now you understand that you can be, do, or have anything, but every single desire that I guess you're knocking off your list, you're actually enjoying the journey to all of them. Because when you enjoy the journey, then you get there so much more faster. But what we're saying is that there is a vibrational version of everything that you want. So then now there's no question about whether or not you can have it or can't. The real question is, right now, can you perceive it? Right now, can you find the vibrational version? Can you find harmony with the vibrational version? And what we're really saying is, can you feel good? Can you find the emotional resonance? And can that be enough? Can you feel satisfied in finding emotional resonance because it feels so good? And then you don't need to ask, you're not going to be asking questions like, well, how much more longer is it going to take? Because you're going to be feeling good, and that's the prize that you're looking for. And as you feel good, then the results are going to come, and you're not going to doubt it for a second. You're going to know exactly that you're the one who made it happen, because you focus, you harness your focus. And yes, you're going to feel your mind go a little haywire and crazy because you focus on many things at once. And a lot of the things that you focus on, they're not things that are harmonious with the vortex, meaning a lot of it is about what is, a lot of it is about what you're seeing with your eyes, a lot of it is about people and what they're thinking, and it's just about what is about what you're seeing about the current conditions. But we're telling you to be unconditional. We're telling you that the vibrational version is unconditional, meaning it's an emotion. It's not about how much money you have in your bank account. It's how much money you feel like you have, because you're reaching forward. And what we're really saying is, be forward feeling, because right now in this now moment, as you observe your what is, as you notice where you are in this time and space, in the grand pick scheme of everything, you're looking at the past. The moment that you're looking at right now is the past. The current reality, which is where your inner being is forward feeling. So you have to feel emotionally forward. So you have to spend more time in the emotional reality. You have to spend more time having emotional conversations. But the thing is, that's not interesting, because you're so used to being action, productivity. Of course, we want you to be focused, of course, but we want you to know exactly how to do it. And right now, what you want is vibrational. But the thing is, it's not absent. And the more that you talk about the absence, well, there's a vibrational version of the absence too. So you want to talk more about the vibrational presence. You want to look and you want to feel for the vibrational essence of your desire, because it is here right now. But the question is, are you enjoying it? The question is, are you perceiving your desire as it is right now, or are you claiming that it's absent? And that question is the reason why your desires are slowing down. So as you understand this, and as you understand that, okay, what I want is a vibrational version, then you can put all of your thoughts into categories: under the influence of source and not under the influence of source. So does it feel like the vibrational version or does it not? So you'll notice that you actually get into the vibrational version and you talk about it and you feel good about it, and then what is the thoughts of what is comes up. So you can't even get 17 seconds, but you'll get better at it and you actually start to enjoy it, because now you know you can have anything that you want, and you understand the theory behind it. You understand that it's in this vortex. It has become a vortex. It has become a reality that I can actually feel right now. And the best way to really know the truth of or the validity of this vibrational reality is feel it. Meaning feel a negative emotion. Meaning talk smack against it. Talk against your desire, and that a negative emotion that you feel is your inner being saying, no, we're not going there with you. So it's foolproof. You're living in a foolproof time and space. But the question is, why live in mediocrity when you can just be focused? Because that's what genius is. A genius is just attention to a subject. And when it feels that good, when the vibrational version feels that good to think about, don't you just want to stay there? Don't you just want to stay right there thinking about the vibrational version and enjoying it?